What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If that's something you like to listen to, then we welcome you to subscribe. Otherwise, you can support our channel if you just like, share, or even comment down below. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we greatly appreciate the support. As a reminder, don't forget to hit that notification bell to get the latest alerts on all the different content and videos that we drop here on the Credit Plug channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on a specific credit union. This time around, it's Affinity Federal Credit Union. Now, Affinity Federal Credit Union is the largest credit union in the state of New Jersey. However, they do operate in multiple states, and their membership is essentially wide open to anyone as long as you have some type of affiliation, or you could join through one of their nonprofit groups and gain eligibility. I'll walk you through on their website all the different ways that you can join. So, couple data points on Affinity Federal Credit Union. So, there's no hard pull for membership, which is something a lot of you always want to know, whether they're going to hard pull you for membership. So there is no hard pull for membership. However, they will do a check systems pull, right? So they are going to pull your check systems report. For those of you who aren't aware of what check systems is a report on your demand deposit accounts. So that's checking, savings, or money market accounts. So basically what they want to do is to see what your banking activity is like, what your banking history is like, and each institution is going to have their different thresholds in terms of what's acceptable. Whether you've defaulted or overdrafted on accounts, or if you have just too many inquiries. Those are the things that will usually trip you up when it comes to check systems. So if you've been opening a lot of bank accounts or savings accounts within a short window of time, that's one consideration. But from the data points I've gathered, Affinity doesn't seem to be as sensitive to that as some other institutions. However, they will be pulling your check system, so just remember that. That's going to be the prerequisite for most credit unions, right? You're going to have to open up a savings account, and in order to open up a demand deposit account, they're usually going to need to run your check systems. Now, not all institutions pull check systems. Some don't use it in their criteria in terms of determine whether or not to extend you a membership. So, but just so you know, Affinity Federal Credit Union does use check systems. Another thing too, they are somewhat conservative, meaning they're going to cater more to higher credit scores, longer credit profiles, and specifically they seem to be somewhat new account sensitive. Not to say that you can't get approved if you do have recent accounts, but from the data points, it seemed like the higher limits usually went to those with higher credit scores, as well as those who have garden, which I've pointed these things out in terms of preparing yourself for the best chances of getting high limits and getting approved is gardening, restraining from opening up new accounts for a certain length of period, usually at least 6 months. You're usually going to be best situated if you don't have any recent new accounts. Um, Also, too, depending on your profile, they will ask for POI, which is proof of income. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. One of the greatest things about this particular credit union versus some other credit unions now, you have like Navy Federal, which is the largest credit union, right? So their products and services, especially on the business side, are going to be available in every state. Now, most other credit unions, when it comes to their business products, business credit cards, business loans, business checking, all of that, right? Usually it's going to be restrictive to businesses in the state where that credit union is headquartered, or maybe some of the surrounding states, but it's usually geographically restricted on the business products. So one of the great things about Affinity Federal Credit Union is the fact that their business products are not restrictive to only New Jersey resident or New Jersey businesses rather. So let's say you have a business elsewhere in a different state and you're a member of Affinity Federal Credit Union, you can still open up their business products, which is a game changer in my opinion, because usually the way around that is filing a foreign entity registration in that state so that you can be eligible for those business products. But with Affinity Federal Credit Union, your business does not have to be in New Jersey. So you don't necessarily have to do, like, let's say you have a business in, Virginia, and you want to join Affinity Federal Credit Union. You're not going to have to do the foreign entity in that state in order for you just to be able to apply for like their business credit cards and things like that. Now, speaking of business credit cards, they do have a business credit card that goes up to $100,000. And so the caveat with that, just how it is with Navy Federal, right? For requests over $50,000, they're going to want the last 2 years of business tax returns and the last 2 years of personal tax returns, in addition to a credit check. With Affinity Federal Credit Union, if the limit that you're requesting on the business credit card is less than $50,000, then you're not going to have to provide all of those tax documents, which is great. So as long as you keep it under 50K, you could just leverage a personal guarantee, leveraging your personal credit in order to get approved for that. And as I mentioned, the great thing is that you could be located in any state as long as you're a member. You can apply for their business credit products, business accounts, merchant accounts, business checking accounts, and things like that. So that's one of the great things. But, anyways, I'm going to jump over to their website so we can walk through some of their products so you guys can get a sense of what they have to offer. Oh, yeah. Before we jump over to their website, there's one very important data point that I failed to mention. So, in terms of the bureau that they pull, Affinity Federal Credit Union is going to pull Experian for all of their credit decisions. So just keep that in mind. They're not going to hard pull you when you apply for membership to the credit union, but if you are applying to any credit products, they will use Experian for the credit decision. So I just wanted to highlight that data point real quick before we jump over to their website to look at their products. Hey, so here we are on the Affinity Federal Credit Union website. So I'm just going to run over really quick to show you how to join. So up in the right-hand corner, you got the Join Affinity. And then on this page, when you scroll down, it shows you the four different paths in order to become a member with Affinity Federal Credit Union. So, number one, you live, work, or worship or go to school in select New Jersey or Connecticut communities. They have those listed here, New Jersey and Connecticut. Number two, you're employed or affiliated with one of the partner organizations. So you can click here and it just has all the different organizations in alphabetical order, so you can search for the one that fits you. Number three, a family member or a household member is an existing affinity member, so you can join through them. And then last but not least, so this is probably the way that most people are going to be eligible, and that's a $5 donation to support financial literacy. You could become a member of the New Jersey Coalition for Financial Education or Connecticut Jumpstart. And this is processed through the membership application, so you don't have to go separately to these organizations and donate. All of this can be done through the membership application. So all you'd have to do is click here and it'll walk you through. I'm not going to walk through that in this video, but what I did want to do is go through some of their credit products. So let's just jump real quick. And I know most of you want to know about their credit cards. So they do have several 5% rotating categories. So here they have this high five, earn five bonus points or 5% cash back. And this is going to be on the Affinity Pure Rewards Visa or the Affinity Cash Rewards Visa Signature. So that's going to be these two right here. So let's just look really quickly at these rotating 5% categories. I'm not going to dig too deeply into all of the specifics of the credit cards, but for right now, they have 5% points or 5% cash back on clothing and home furnishing purchases from July, August, and September. And then October through December, they have Amazon and other popular retailers. And it's really interesting because it seems like a lot of credit card companies that do offer 5% rotating categories usually have these major retailers towards the end of the year to kind of encourage you to spend more money towards the end of the year to take advantage of the 5% savings. So, just a quick lineup of their credit cards. These are all personal credit cards that we're going over. So, you have the Premium Visa, a special 12-month introductory rate of 2.99%. And then after the intro period, it's 8.6 to 14.6, which isn't too terrible. Then you have the Pure Rewards, rates as low as 12% APR, up to 6x rewards on purchases and no annual fee. The Cash Reward Visa Signature, 5% cash back at all bookstores, including Amazon.com, rates as low as 12.5. Then they have this New York Red Bulls Rewards Visa, 3x rewards on Red Bull Arena purchases. I don't know really the value of this unless you actually go to that arena a lot. So, and then they also have this secured visa. Um, Let me just see. I'm always interested to know if they have secure cards that graduate. Uh, so this one has a minimum $250 deposit. You can increase your limits with additional deposits, and then this is available to Affinity members 18 years of age or older. Additional card holders do not have to be Affinity members. So I wonder if they're referring to authorized users, because that would be very valuable if you're able to add authorized users to a secure credit card while it's secured. So let's go over to their other loan products really quickly. So of course they have personal loans, installment types of loans, and then they also have this private line overdraft protection line of credit. So this is, and this is something that's used interchangeably. This terminology, right? Overdraft line of credit, checking line of credit, personal line of credit. Depending on the institution, they might have a different name for it, but they offer that as well as pledge and share certificate loans. So let's jump over here to the business credit card, because I think this is probably one of the most interesting products that they have. So this business first Visa credit card, as I mentioned, has limits up to $100,000. Now, if you want to limit over 50,000, between 50,000 and 100,000, you're going to have to supply 2 years of personal and 2 years of business tax returns. If the limit request is under 50,000, then you can get this with a personal guarantee. Over 50,000 is going to be personal guarantee and personal taxes and business taxes. So just keep that in mind. So this comes with no annual fee, low variable rate, 500-point bonus with your first purchase, 1 point for every dollar spend, and earn up to 6x bonus points by shopping at I supposedly select retailers. I'm not going to go into the rewards, but you can redeem for travel, cashback, gift cards, and merchandise. And then some of the most underrated benefits when it comes to business credit cards. So when you're purchasing like computers, laptops, equipment, machinery, one of the most important things that you can have on that business credit card is going to be purchase security, right? So reimbursement for the cost of eligible items, um, you know, in the case of theft, damage due to fire, and more. And then having this extended protection. So these cards usually, with these Visa business credit cards, or sometimes Amex as well, which I have with the gold card. You can double the manufacturer's warranty, so extend the warranty even further out, which is a great benefit to have, especially when you're buying high ticket items and things like that. This extended warranty is very underrated. Also, they have auto rental coverage and travel and emergency assistance. So, I mean, in terms of all of the rewards, this seems to be average, but I do like some of these other, extended protection, auto rental coverage, purchase security. So all of those are going to be benefits that you're going to want on a business credit card. And again, this is open to all members, so there's not going to be that geographic restriction as with most business credit products. So then, last but not least, I just wanted to go over some of their other business loan products. So they do offer commercial mortgage loans, term loans, SBA loans, commercial lines of credit. And so just a step back, right? Commercial lines of credit, SBA loans, term loans, commercial mortgage loans, right? So generally, lines of credit, loans, mortgage loans, all of these are going to require tax returns. That's probably one of the reasons why you can't apply for these directly online because they're going to need a lot of different documentation from you. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. This credit card, you can apply online. So just keep that in mind. Oh, yeah. And then last but not least, let's go over this really quickly because if you're interested in any of the products, what you would have to do is reach out to one of their business specialists. And then if you're not already a member, and you would just fill out this contact form with all of your business information, your business address, website, number of employees, and then you would just check the box on all of these different services that you may be interested in, and they'll be able to provide that information to you when they reach back out to you within 48 hours. So that's all I really wanted to cover with this review. Again, this is Affinity Federal Credit Union, definitely a good credit union. If there's anyone with any data points on Affinity Federal Credit Union, definitely let us know in the comment section down below. And until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.